No escape from Celia's cruel web as Emmerdale's darkest nightmare tightens its grip. There is still no end in sight for the torment inflicted by Celia and Ray, as Emmerdale delivers one of its bleakest and most suffocating storylines in years. For Marlon, Rona and, most devastatingly, April, the nightmare shows no sign of loosening its grip. Every possible escape route is systematically sealed, every flicker of hope extinguished with chilling precision. April remains utterly trapped under Ray's manipulation. Forced into drug dealing to repay a debt he fabricated, she has been psychologically dismantled piece by piece. As if that weren't cruel enough, Ray convinces the terrified teenager that she accidentally killed a man who paid to sleep with her. Viewers, of course, know the truth. The man is very much alive, just another pawn in Celia's grotesque criminal network. But April doesn't know that, and Ray makes sure she never doubts her supposed guilt, telling her parents should have been the turning point, the moment freedom finally began. Instead, every attempt Marlon and Rona make to expose Ray and Celia is crushed before it can even take shape. Ray keeps the family paralyzed with fear, reminding them exactly what happens when someone dares to defy him. His brutal decision to deliberately mow down Dylan, leaving him fighting for his life, is not just violence, it's a warning. A calculated message: stay silent, or suffer the consequences. Any hope of running is destroyed when Ray makes it clear that his influence reaches far beyond their home. His control stretches across the entire village. There is nowhere to hide. Desperate and with no options left, Marlon and Rona scrape together money they simply do not have, even resorting to a crippling payday loan in a last-ditch attempt to pay off April's so-called debt. Ray takes the cash without hesitation, and then calmly informs them that nothing has changed. April is still his. By the episode airing on December 11th, April appears utterly defeated. Believing there is no escape, she tells Ray she will return to work, resuming her role dealing drugs on his behalf. In one of the most chilling moments of the storyline, Ray smugly tells her parents that April is his best girl, explaining that her innocent appearance makes her perfect for the job. Before returning to Ray's control, April insists on visiting Dylan in hospital. Sitting quietly by his bedside as he lies unconscious, she speaks softly about Christmas. She confesses that she doesn't want this life to harden her, and desperately wishes for Dylan to wake up. It's a moment of heartbreaking vulnerability, a reminder of the child beneath the trauma. Paddy is also at the hospital, and for a brief moment, Marlon seems ready to confide in him. But, cruelly and predictably, Ray arrives at exactly the wrong time, shutting down Marlon's chance to reach out for help. Later, a rare glimmer of hope emerges when doctors tell Paddy that Dylan is strong enough to be brought out of his induced coma. Marlon is relieved, not just for Dylan's recovery, but for the possibility that his testimony could finally bring Ray and Celia down. But that hope is swiftly crushed. April points out the painful truth: Dylan, just like them, will be far too terrified of Ray to ever go to the police. Her words underline the bleak reality. They are all trapped. Every conceivable escape route is blocked by Ray and Celia's ruthless dominance. As soap fans, we're conditioned to believe that villains eventually get their comeuppance. Yet right now, it's hard to imagine how Ray and Celia's stranglehold on the village could possibly be broken. Charity's Christmas calm masks a secret ready to explode. While one nightmare tightens its grip, another quietly simmers beneath the tinsel. Emmerdale confirms a major Christmas storyline for Charity Dingle, and it's one that threatens to detonate her entire world. For Charity, Christmas is meant to be simple this year. She's trying to keep the peace, protect her marriage, and safeguard Sarah and Jacob's future. But everything begins to unravel the moment she confides in Vanessa, a decision she almost immediately realizes was catastrophic. Charity hints that the baby she's carrying might not be Jacob and Sarah's at all. It's a confession born of fear and guilt, perhaps made in the hope that Vanessa might offer clarity or comfort. Instead, it opens the door to something far more dangerous. Vanessa, alcohol, and a secret capable of tearing a family apart is a volatile mix. As a tipsy Vanessa begins to loosen her tongue, Charity spirals into panic. Vanessa has always been the moral compass Charity lacks, blunt, honest, and spectacularly bad at lying when it counts. Charity knows it. With every word Vanessa speaks, the danger grows clearer. Mackenzie could learn the truth at any moment, and the fallout would be devastating. Things only get worse when Moses and Johnny push their parents into spending Christmas together. Charity is cornered into inviting Vanessa to dinner, and the tension around the table is almost unbearable. Jacob and Sarah, glowing after their surprise party, remain blissfully unaware that the ground beneath them is ready to crack open. What's fascinating is how Charity clings to her usual bravado, laughing, fussing, distracting, while every glance from Vanessa feels like a ticking bomb. Mackenzie senses the awkwardness, though he hasn't yet worked out where to direct his suspicions. According to those in the know, Christmas Day itself ends on a high for Charity. She curls into Mackenzie's arms, convinced she's survived the danger. But in Emmerdale, happiness is always the calm before the storm. The truth is circling, and someone unexpected may already know more than Charity realizes. When the secret finally explodes in the new year, and it will, the fallout could shatter her marriage, her family, and her relationship with Sarah beyond repair. A secret wedding and a love that doesn't know its name. As if that weren't enough, the drama continues with Jacob and Sarah's impulsive decision to stage a secret Christmas Eve wedding. It's sweet, romantic, and heartbreakingly naive, a bid to build a future free from drama. But in Emmerdale, drama has a way of arriving uninvited. The question lingers, when Charity's secret finally comes out, will it destroy more than one couple? Meanwhile, another quieter, deeply human storyline unfolds. Emmerdale confirms that Vinnie Dingle's romantic confusion is resurfacing, this time through an unexpected flicker of jealousy. Vinnie has always worn his heart awkwardly but honestly. After a year marked by confusion over his sexuality and the trauma of being manipulated by Mike, his confidence remains fragile. His engagement to Gabby collapsed under the weight of unspoken truths, leaving him bruised but not broken. Now, living with Lewis Barton, something gentle and meaningful has been quietly building. Shared jokes, lingering glances, a sense of safety neither man has felt in a long time. At the cafe, Cammy notices Vinnie light up as Lewis talks about his Christmas plans. The smile is instant and telling. Cammy wastes no time asking the obvious question, and Vinnie's rapid, over-loud denial says far more than his words ever could. The real turning point comes later at the Woolpack. Lewis casually mentions he's heading out on a hot date with someone called Tony, and Vinnie freezes. That sharp, unexpected pang of jealousy hits him hard. His confusion, his need to know who Tony is, and Cammy's deadpan response all perfectly frame Vinnie's internal panic. It's clear Vinnie is feeling something he doesn't yet know how to name. The actors themselves lean into that tenderness. Bradley Johnson describes Vinnie and Lewis as geeky, lovable characters who fit naturally together, while Bradley Riches hints that something deeper may lie ahead. Both emphasize friendship as the foundation, and that's exactly where this story shines. Whether it becomes romance or remains a defining friendship, something special is happening. And after everything Vinnie has endured, he deserves something real. For now, his jealousy speaks the truth he can't yet say out loud. But in Emmerdale, feelings like these never stay buried for long.